Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan Plays. This is Total Extreme Wrestling for our All Elite Wrestling save. We're getting closer and closer to Double or Nothing, one of our premier pay-per-views of the year. Excited for it, and of course we're going to continue the build towards it. Now, in real life, we've just discovered that there will be a new championship, another one. That's right, they've already added the Atlantic Championship, now they've got another one. So the Trios Championship is coming, the World Trios Championship. Now, for us personally, we haven't really done a lot of trio stuff. You know, at times we had the odd 6-man tag or trios match, but it's not something we've ever really focused on. Now, I guess we have to kind of put that in the back of our minds. Geez, another title we have to work towards. But considering that we don't have all the Ring of Honor championships on our TV show, this championship could actually be beneficial because we do have so many great tag teams that can't get the tag titles. And we've talked about this in the past, you know, teams like FTR can't even get the championships. And, you know, the Lucha Bros aren't in the mix. Proud and Powerful aren't in the mix. So many teams that aren't there. We could definitely make it, you know, something work with the Trios Championship, you know, whether they get another partner for some of those teams or some of these guys already have a third, like Death Triangle, for example. It does open up a huge avenue of opportunities for some of our teams to kind of work with. So I'm really looking forward to it. So we have to try and make it work. How are we going to make that work? That's the big question, but certainly thinking that the Trios Championship could be very beneficial to our roster and the company as a whole. So that's another championship we have to deal with, but we're not going to focus on that just yet. I think we'll let Double or Nothing happen. Our major focus has been the Atlantic Championship. That's been going really, really well. I've been really, really enjoying that championship tournament. Now they've just kind of dropped a bomb on us. Another title, focus that on that. No, let's wait, but that will be coming. We will focus on that at some point. It is in the back of our minds, but for now, business as usual. And speaking of business, let's get into this episode of Dynamite and let's jump into the pre-show. So the new team of Cabanahausen will take on the Butcher and the Blade, 47 rated match. Cole Cabana 55 was the highlight. Danhausen is improving, 39. We've talked about that in previous episodes. He is getting better. So good signs there. Cabanahausen picked up the win. So far, I'm not minding this team. It hasn't been amazing, but Colt is trying his best to make it work, and he's been okay. And Danhausen's hanging in there. So it's been, I think, I don't know if I'll call it a success, but it's on the right path to maybe being that. Sean Dean loses to Brian Cage. 10-minute match. Brian Cage picks up a win. Brian Cage is in a bit of limbo. What do you do with him? Not sure. Maybe a tag team. Maybe a trio. Maybe a stable. I don't know. But he's not quite got a lot happening at the moment. But a win for him anyways. Denny Garcia gets a win over Mike Seidel. 47 rated. Mike 44. Denny 42. Look, in real life, Denny's in a prominent role in the JAS. We don't have that in our game. And Denny Garcia's in 2.0. Not much happening. So we're looking to maybe... You know, I don't know if we can really make that group get over, but picking up a few wins over some lower card guys that we don't really care about, maybe getting a bit of popularity that way, might be the way to go, at least for the short term for Denny. Okay, let's open up the show. The main show for Dynamite this week, the two leaders of their respective groups of the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club are out there. Sting's there as well to mediate, Tony Schiavone to get all the inside goss. They both agree to a match to determine who will get the advantage at Blood and Guts. So we will see Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, one-on-one. Big match, huge match. So we're going to see it, and the winner of that will get the advantage for Blood and Guts. So we're kind of going, you know, all out and away. We really want to have a big episode of Dynamite, and we're going to see it next week. These two guys, big match to really get some hype for this Blood and Guts match, because, you know, the plan obviously was for Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson to kind of face each other for the championship. Well, this could be a way where Danielson maybe gets a win over Omega, or maybe Omega wins. Either way, we could do something here to kind of set up for a future title match beyond Blood and Guts, potentially. Anyways, 94 for that one. Jay Lethal, Keith Lee, one-on-one for the TNT Championship. Keith Lee picks up the win. His second defense of the championship. 80 rated match. That is really good. Keith Lee hits a home run again. 81 from him. Jay Lethal, very good as well, 73. Now, Swerve Strickland got himself involved and interfered to help Keith Lee score the victory. So we'll talk about this in a second, because after the match, Swerve Strickland is confronted by Keith Lee, and Keith Lee basically says to Swerve, "Why did you interfere? What was the deal with that? I had the match, I was doing fine. I would rather win it on my own terms than have you come in and help me win." So a bit of dissension between those two. You know, in real life, they're kind of been that little bit of an odd couple in some ways, because they haven't been on the same page all the time. Similar here, but for us, there's a potential that we may not even go in the direction of these two guys as a long-term tag team. Keith Lee on his own is a star for us. He's huge. He's doing so well for us. Swerve, on the other hand, is kind of dragging him down. So it may be in the best interest to have a heel turn take place and kind of separate the two, or at least, you know, some sort of dissension between the two for now, and maybe we do a match between one another. I don't know. Chris Jericho says that he and Adam Page will face FTR next week for a chance to get themselves a title shot. If they beat FTR, they'll get the next title shot. So, you know, potential for them to be tag team champions soon. Page is still angry about what happened last week, where Jericho kind of screwed over Adam Page and kind of cheated their way to a win. So, advancing the storyline, 87 rated segment, which is good. These two guys have been struggling. We are nearly ready to pull the plug on this storyline. It's not working. But this is a strong segment. We're hoping that maybe a good match against FTR might be able to revive this tag team and get it in the right direction, but at the moment it is not working at all. Probably because it's a face and a heel team. That's a big part of it, I'm sure. But even their individual performances aren't great, so we have to try and maybe think about pulling the plug and then have their match against one another and move on, because it's not doing that well. Team Taz get into a confrontation with Best Friends, 54 rated. So we are doing a storyline between Ricky and Orange Cassidy, so we're kind of building towards that. Of course, remember, Tony Nese did join Team Taz with Ricky Starks there as well. So let's advance to this. So Ricky Starks gonna change his gimmick, which is currently being rated as poor. So if he changes his gimmick, it might help him improve his performances. So he's got the absolute gimmick and it's been rated as adequate. So that's better than poor. So that's a good step in the right direction. So hopefully that will help him out, try and fix some of his performances. TJ, they take on the Stretching Crew for the Tag Team Championship. So we do have their title shot. We were building towards Double or Nothing, but we're going to pull the plug on this, get it over and done with now. Good match though, 53 rated, Ty Conti 35, Anna Jay best in the match 47, Serena the best on her team with 46, but Layla 45 as well. So overall, both sides performed really, really well. 53 rated match is good. That's a credit to the storyline heat. And I don't think it was an eye candy match. No. So we didn't want to have an eye candy match. We wanted to really, truly see how well these two teams would go against each other. And 53, I think, is really good. So that's the 6th championship defense for TJ. Doing really well. Post-match, this is where it gets interesting. Divinity, the new group that we talked about a few episodes ago, make their debut. Nyla Rose, Mercedes Martinez, and the debuting Marina Shafir. They are together, and they take out Anna Jay and Ty Conti. So they beat them down 3-on-2. No chance for TJ. And Marina's new gimmick has been given a rating of great, so that's a great start for her. Wonderful. So really, really good, positive start for Divinity. A 41 rated segment, and now we shift gears, we change direction, and then we'll build towards Divinity versus TJ. Big chance that we do a title change here. I think if we're going to see how Divinity goes. If they are really doing well, there's a really big chance we might put the belts on them. CM Punk has an interview with Tony Schiavone, and Tony Schiavone informs Punk that he will face Wardlow next week. So we are stacking the deck for the next couple of weeks of AEW. So we've got Danielson and Omega coming up. We've got FTR, Jericho Page, now CM Punk and Wardlow. So we are kind of doing a bit of pre-booking here and really building towards the next few weeks of shows, which is something we don't usually do enough of, I feel. But a good promo news from Punk and Schiavone, of course, involved here. 84, not his best, but it's solid nonetheless. So building towards a Wardlow match, which I think will be really good for Wardlow to be involved in that. So the Varsity Blondes, they want an opportunity to prove themselves. 39 rated there, so trying to get them on TV, doing something there. We had some spare time. Andrade defeats Ethan Page in a 13-minute match, a part of the All-Atlantic Championship Tournament. Andrade, very, very good, 79. Ethan Page, 51, solid as always. These two have pretty good chemistry, so it's a good overall match between the two. And still continuing to build Andrade as a genuine big threat to maybe take out this tournament, despite the fact that he lost to Miro. Still trying to keep Andrade strong, taking care of business there against Ethan Page. So next up, Sting books a match between Sammy Guevara and Park. So these two, yes, they've met each other in the tournament already. Big controversial finish there, and Sting is allowing these two to sort out their differences one more time, one-on-one on Rampage coming up next. So another big episode of Rampage, potentially. Great main event coming up soon. Thunder Rosa and Penelope Ford go one-on-one. Penelope Ford gets a win over Rosa thanks to the distraction from Jamie Hayter. This was an eye candy match. Penelope is the queen of eye candy. 70 rated performance from Penelope Ford. Are you kidding me? Thunder Rosa was good, 50. 65 rated match. That is insane. But yeah, Thunder Rosa hasn't had the success in our game that she has in real life. We are working towards that. She's teaming up Toni Storm, so we will get there. But, you know, she doesn't have as much popularity as Penelope, so we did give the win here to Penelope, just to give the heels a win as well. We don't want them to lose all the time. Alright, House of Black sent a message to FTR and Jericho and Page. So they said basically it doesn't matter who it is, we are ready. We are ready to defend our championships at Double or Nothing. So 77 rated segment there. So good stuff. House of Black, you know, it's an interesting thing to kind of give them the belts. They haven't been around all that long, and Darby and Malachi in our game is the House of Black. That's the main crew. So it's been a good position for both guys to be in. I don't know if they've been as good as perhaps we would like, but I think, you know, some tough matches against, you know, maybe Jericho and Page or FTR will really test them, and I think they could have some good quality there. Very tempted though, FTR could definitely take those belts from them, so that's a big potential. Now, our main event was Miro and Rey Fenix, one-on-one, 79 rated match. These two, not enough psychology on display, so it brought it down a little bit because this could have been a lot better. Miro, 86. Rey Fenix, my goodness, what a star, 83 as well. Great chemistry between these two as well, so really positive stuff. Miro scores another win. During the match though, Sammy Guevara did distract Rey Fenix, so he did cost Rey Fenix the match, similar to what Rey Fenix did to Sammy Guevara when he took on Page. So, bit of payback there from Sammy, and Miro gets another W. Post-match, a big brawl breaks out. Park's there. Guevara, Miro, and Rey Fenix all fight it out. So 4 guys involved in the All Atlantic Championship tournament, brawling it out to close out the show. So another pretty good show overall. Some good solid matches there. A great main event, 79 rated, gives us an 82 rated show. Big thumbs up from me. Now on to this week's edition of Dark. Let's jump into it. We've got FTR with the promo here with Shawn Spears accompanying them. They're talking about how they deserve to be tag team champions. They deserve the titles. 79 rated promo. Good stuff. Much better promo from these two. Much better than what we've seen in recent times. So good stuff. The Seidels, they took on the Acclaim. The Acclaim did pick up the win. Bit of an upset win here as we try and push the Acclaimed a little bit. Good match. 54 rated. Nicely done. So remember the Acclaimed, they have Stokely Hathaway with them, Jade Cargill like in that little stable, and they haven't been doing a lot lately since the kind of Leo Rush left, but we are trying to get them involved and get them some wins to get them some more popularity. They need more popularity for us to really do a lot with them. We have Best Friends criticizing Team Taz, 60 rated for that promo. Nice stuff there from those guys. 2.0, they defeated Dark Order in a trios match, so hint, 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 we're trying to, you know, get trios back on TV and doing something there. Trying to, again, push those 3 guys. 2.0, need to get them some wins, get some popularity. Dark Order, there's nothing there that they need to disband. They're done. But nonetheless, a win for 2.0 to try and give them a bit of a push. Lance Archer and Christian are out there. 82 promo from these two as they talk trash about the rest of the AEW locker room. Will Hobbs destroys Ryan Nemeth in about 3 minutes. Will Hobbs, 70 rated for this squash match. Excellent stuff from him. 52 overall for the match. But yeah, Will Hobbs, you know, he's just biding his time. Once we get that TNT title down the card a little bit, he's a guy who will definitely hold it at some point. he's ready. Claudio's got an interview. He talks about how his AEW run is going so far, and of course how he's going in the Atlantic tournament, 65 for that one. So he'll be in our main event coming up later on. Britt Baker defeated Diamante, 59 rated. Eye candy, yes. Britt Baker 69 rated. Diamante 51. Pretty good stuff overall from these two. Athena was on commentary, who didn't do a great job, but she was there nonetheless, boosting that storyline between those two. Keith Lee, he tries to confront Swerve, who refused to talk to him about what happened recently on Dynamite. So 67 for that one. So Swerve not in a talking mood tonight. Jungle Boy defeats QT Marshall in a 61 rated match. Jungle Boy 70, QT 35. Just a win for Jungle Boy. Get him on TV, keep his momentum. And our main event was Claudio and Buddy Matthews, 73 rated for the Atlantic Championship Tournament. Claudio grabs a win and remains undefeated in the tournament. Buddy Matthews just couldn't get it done. Claudio 74, Buddy 71. We did have this go 20 minutes, so we really gave this a lot of time. We wanted this to be a good, solid match, and it was. And Claudio picks up the win. It wasn't amazing in terms of his performance, but still pretty good nonetheless. And that gives us a 68 rated edition of Dark. Now for Rampage, we've got MJF, Wardlow, and the rest of the Pinnacle are out there cutting a promo on CM Punk. Even had Wardlow talk in this segment as well to try and boost him up heading into the big match. 90 rated for this segment, which is really, really good. MJF obviously carrying it, no doubt, but building towards Wardlow and CM Punk for next week. We had Rey Fenix and Buddy Matthews taking each other on in a Atlantic Championship tournament match. Only gave this 14 minutes, but we tried to have this like a really crazy, all-out, high spots match, you know, in a short space of time. Usually, something like this, I'd love to give a bit longer, but we really needed another quality match for Rampage, so we kind of had to squeeze this on here. Rey Fenix 78, Buddy Matthews 64, so both performing well. Phoenix grabs the win, and a much-needed win for Phoenix into this tournament. He needed that, 77. Divinity, they make their debut as a team. They took on the team of Shida and Shining Force, 51 rated. Yuka Sakazaki sustained a concussion in this match. I wonder who did that to her. But the results, Mercedes Martinez 49, Shafir 42, Nyla Rose 52. Okay, that's not too bad. We can kind of work with that. It's pretty good. Shida was the best of the match at 56. We gave Divinity the win, trying to put this team over. I think that's a good start. I think we could really build from this. You know, Nyla Rose probably going to be the best out of the three at the moment, but I feel like that will change at some point. But yeah, that's a pretty good stuff. Doesn't say anyone was at fault for the concussion. Divinity cut a promo, and they say that they are putting the tag division on notice. They are coming for the championships. 41 for the promo, not good. We knew the promos were going to be the problem, because who's going to talk out of this group? They don't have a talker, so probably going to let most of the action speak louder than words. I think that's going to be probably their motto. Rather than getting them on the mic for long-winded promos, it's not going to work. But yeah, we thought we'd try it out. We'll see what they can do, and we found out it's not a lot. Okay, the main event, we mentioned it earlier on, Sammy Guevara and Park in the rematch. And in this one, Sammy Guevara gets the win back over Park. 21 minutes, lots of time. Really, this whole episode was, I feel, all about this match. Big rematch. It was a fast pinfall win, thanks to Rey Fenix accidentally costing Park the match this time. So last time he helped Park win, this time he costed him the match. Sammy Guevara, he was aware of it, he was ready for it. Park, a 90 rated performance. Sammy Guevara, 88, both amazing. And it was an 83 overall because it just didn't have enough psychology, unfortunately, to get it over the line. But really good stuff. And I feel like the third and final match between these two would be a really good one to have on the pay-per-view. So yeah, really good stuff between those two guys. And it's been I think it's been good to have a feud within a feud. You know, it's all about the tournament, but we've got a pretty good heated feud within that tournament, and we've been able to segue away from that tournament just for a little bit to focus on this, which I think has been a positive thing, just to break it up a little bit. It does give us a 73 overall show. I'm surprised it's that low. I mean, we had two really good matches. One bad one, yes, but I thought we definitely would have done enough to get over 75, but not to be. Alright, heading into a new month. It is now May. So, Rush, he has joined the WWE. We're probably going to change that so he does end up coming to AEW. Of course, he's a part of AEW in real life. So, other than that, we've got Ace Austin. He's joined NXT as well. So, interesting that that's happened. And we've begun some different broadcasters as well. So, it would be interesting to see if we do have a bit of a change in our broadcasting, in our ratings, if we have any sort of more success there. Apart from that, not too much else is happening financially. We did gain only 210,000, so our finances has been a little bit tighter. No pay-per-view, that will also, be a big factor, but we didn't gain a lot of money out of March's pay-per-view. So the main thing, I suppose, is just, our production costs have gone up by nearly $1 million. Jeez. So I'm not sure what's happened there. I think we just had to increase our production to match our rivals. So with that, our profit margins have certainly diminished quite greatly. So that's really concerning. Merchandise-wise, CM Punk over $1 billion worth of merch. Incredible. Bryan Danielson second, 278,000. Then it's Jericho, Moxley, Kenny, Omega. Surprises, no real surprises, I suppose. Sammy, Jeff Hardy, Keith Lee's doing pretty well. Claudio's done pretty good considering he hasn't been there for long. But yeah, so no real surprises in terms of who's selling the most merchandise. And as a company, we sit at 75 popularity across the board. We are getting closer and closer. We just got to get to 77, and then we turn into a big size. That's going to be hard to maintain. That's going to be hard to accomplish. But if we can get there, we'll be able to take AEW to the next level. Alright, so we've got 3 weeks away until we got Double or Nothing. Our card's looking pretty strong. Our tournament is nearly finished. It's just got pretty much big matches to go. Like Andrade, he's going to take on Park, Sammy Guevara, and Claudio. So some big matches there. Miro, he has to take on Park, Sammy, and Claudio. So basically all the big headline matches to come. The big hitters, all to come. Looking forward to that. So the All Atlantic Championship Tournament is definitely going to be heating up big time. Heading into Double or Nothing, it's looking good. Thanks very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we have time for. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on it and subscribe to see more. We'll be back with another one very soon.